March 2026 is looking stacked across every platform. Netflix is dropping a bunch of releases. There's new and returning stuff on Prime, Disney Plus, and Apple TV Plus. The theaters are loaded with big movies like The Bride and Project Hail Mary. Let's break down everything worth watching, starting with a brand new Sherlock series from director Guy Ritchie.
You have to promise me something.
Anything, Mother.
Stay out of trouble.
Sherlock Holmes. James Moriarty.
This new Prime series is called Young Sherlock, and it adapts the book series of the same name from Andrew Lane. It takes place before Sherlock Holmes becomes the world's greatest detective as a 19-year-old at Oxford who gets pulled into his first murder case. Young Sherlock looks to be an energetic and action-heavy take on the classic detective. Director Guy Ritchie also created the 2009 movie Sherlock Holmes. This new series will be premiering on Amazon on March 4th. Then we have a new sci-fi action film dropping over on Netflix. This is called War Machine, and it's about a military unit that ends up facing something that is not human, basically a fight for survival against a deadly machine threat. War Machine stars Alan Ritchson and Dennis Quaid. Looks like a solid turn off your brain type crowd pleaser. You can check it out on Netflix on March 6th. Also on the 6th is the final chapter of the incredibly popular historical fantasy series Outlander. This is season 8 and will be based on Go Tell the Bees That I Am Gone and parts of the upcoming 10th and final novel in the series. Outlander season 8 brings fans 10 more episodes of Claire and Jamie's story. You can catch it when it premieres on Starz or MGM Plus on the 6th. And we just got a Frankenstein movie back in November. How about some Bride of Frankenstein this time around? There's a new dark comedy movie called The Bride coming to theaters. It's set in 1930s Chicago, and Frankenstein's monster has a new companion created for him out of a murdered young woman. The Bride is a stylized and comedic take on the classic story and is starring Jessie Buckley and Christian Bale. It's being written and directed by Maggie Gyllenhaal and hits theaters on the 6th. Then one of the bigger series that's dropping this month is the second season of Netflix's live-action version of the fantasy adventure One Piece. Season 2 follows the Straw Hats who finally enter the Grand Line, with each stop testing the crew in a different way as they chase the One Piece. This season is supposed to be getting bigger and weirder than season 1. It will be dropping on Netflix on March 10th. Next, we have one of the first big-name sci-fi movies dropping in 2026.
I'm several light years from my apartment, and I'm not an astronaut. I'm not an astronaut. I'm not an astronaut.
This is called Project Hail Mary, and it's based on a book by the Martian author Andy Weir. It's about a science teacher who wakes up alone on a spaceship with no memory and has to slowly piece together why he's there and what he's meant to do. Project Hail Mary is almost certainly the biggest movie of the month. It's got a big $150 million budget, stars Ryan Gosling, and is based on a really good hit novel. It will be releasing in theaters on March 20th. If sci-fi not your cup of tea, there's also a comedy horror dropping on the same day. It's called Ready or Not 2, Here I Come, and it's a follow-up to 2019's Ready or Not. This one sees the world's richest families trying to kill Grace in order to keep their power. You can check it out in theaters on the 20th. Then if you're a fan of the Netflix historical drama series Peaky Blinders, you'll be happy to hear it's getting a big event movie this month. It's called Peaky Blinders, The Immortal Man, and it brings back Tommy Shelby. This time the story shifts into World War II era Birmingham, where Tommy gets pulled into dangerous wartime missions. Cillian Murphy returns to the role. It will be releasing in select theaters on the 6th, but I imagine most people will catch it when it drops on Netflix on March 20th. Then Disney Plus subscribers are getting one of the most popular Marvel shows back this month. It's Daredevil Born Again Season 2, and it's being framed as bigger and grittier with the street-level Marvel tone fans want. In Season 2, Matt Murdock is pulled back into the fight in Hell's Kitchen as Wilson Fisk's grip on New York Titans. You can check out Daredevil Born Again Season 2 when it premieres on Disney Plus on the 24th. Then if you still haven't got your fill of sci-fi in March, there's a solid series in the genre making its return.
Everything that's happened has led to this moment.
This is For All Mankind Season 5, which jumps the series forward again into a newer era of the space race with the fallout of Mars-era politics and big power shifts starting to reshape what the next phase of humanity off Earth looks like. You can check out For All Mankind Season 5 on Apple TV Plus on the 27th. And there's still a bunch more stuff releasing this month that I'll run you through real quick. On the first is a new Jason Bateman and David Harbour HBO comedy series called DTF St. Louis. Then the foul-mouthed teddy bear Ted is back on Peacock with Season 2 on March 5th. A new animated adventure movie for families drops in theaters on the 6th called Hoppers. Another new HBO comedy series is releasing on the 8th. This one's starring Steve Carell and is called Rooster. The Netflix small-town romance series Virgin River returns on the 12th with a 7th season. A new A24 horror flick about a terrifying recording is dropping on the 13th called Undertone. Then the adult animated superhero series Invincible returns to Prime on the 18th with a 4th season. Make sure you didn't miss anything from last month by clicking on this video. Thanks as always for watching. I will see you again soon.